You're watching Good Morning Carolina.
Multiple houses gone, nothing but foundations. I need help. Yeah, we got numerous people confirming we got people trapped in structures that have collapsed.
A confirmed tornado rips through Brunswick County overnight, killing 3 people and injuring 10 more. Today on Good Morning Carolina, a live look at that damage and what people are doing there to rebuild this morning.
Wilmington police investigate how something like this could happen at the base of the Wrightsville Beach drawbridge.
And the world's most famous athlete gives a multi-million-dollar gift to improve health care in rural parts of Wilmington, the town he calls home. And good morning, Carolina. It is a very busy news morning today. I'm Donna Gregory.
And I'm Jeff Rivenbark. We're glad you're starting your Tuesday with us. First off the top, we just want to let you know Brunswick County schools are all closed today due to extensive power outages due to the storms overnight. We'll have more on that coverage throughout the show this morning. A very scary situation this morning, Donna.
It is, Jeff. And in fact, that was a tornado, a confirmed tornado ripping through parts of Brunswick County. We want to go right now to our meteorologist, Ramel Carpenter, for the very latest on the storms. Good morning, Ramel.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, a very devastating situation that took shape last night, right around 11:30 to about midnight is when that tornado tracked across our area. This is a 6-hour radar loop, and you'll notice those dark shades of red that pushed across the viewing area. That was where that tornado had moved across the area, and as a result, 3 deaths and 10 injuries, as you guys just reported. But now we're seeing some trailing showers track across the region now, mainly impacting portions of western Bladen and into Columbus counties, just light to moderate rainfall. We're done with the severe weather threat as we go throughout the day today, but we're dealing with breezy conditions as we get going into our Tuesday as well. Live picture from our Skyview Camera Network. This is from the battleship North Carolina. Temperatures, though, we're sitting in the middle 60s, and we're going to briefly cool down as we get going late tonight into our Wednesday as well. I'll have more details on what to expect for the rest of the work week. All those details coming up in just a few short minutes. Guys.
Ramel, thank you. And just a reminder for those of you just tuning in, all schools in Brunswick County closed today due to extensive power outages following a powerful weather system that passed through the Cape Fear last night, leaving 3 deaths, multiple injuries, and lots of damage in Brunswick County.
It is our top story at 5:30 this morning. We know there's significant damage in a community near Sunset Beach from this deadly storm. The Brunswick County Sheriff's Office just met with us about an hour ago with the latest details. That's where Matthew Huddleston joins us live from the command center. Matthew, good morning. What have you learned?
Yeah, and as Jeff mentioned, there will be no Brunswick County school at all today due to extensive power outages here in the area due to that tornado that moved through earlier on this morning and late last night. There was a press conference earlier on today around 4:30 just behind me here at this Circle K. They did confirm there were 3 fatalities with this tornado and still 10 injuries. Thankfully, though, no one else right now is unaccounted for. They're continuing to search for people over the next several hours as they make their way through this area. But again, as I said, extensive power outages and damage across this part of Brunswick County. Parts of Highway 17 in both directions have been closed off right now in both directions, so you can't travel up or down Highway 17. So a lot of damage down here in this part of Brunswick County, and still continuing to follow up the updates over the next couple of hours and see exactly what happens down here as they continue to search around the area. Otherwise, like I said, a lot of power outages and a lot of damage down here in Brunswick County. Jeff, Donna.
And again, that was Matthew Huddleston reporting at the command center with Brunswick County Sheriff's Office. And we are continuing our coverage of last night's storms. We now want to go to Sunset Beach, where a tornado touched down there in a community.
WWAY's Tanner Barth has been out there overnight following this. Tanner, you are outside a private community near Sunset Beach. Tell us where you are and the damage that you've seen this morning.
Yeah, Donna, I'm outside, as you mentioned, outside of the Ocean Ridge plantation here that's just off of 17 and 904 in Brunswick County. And you mentioned it, I have been out here really since the tornado warning went into effect. We headed straight down here. I was able to actually walk through this community, and let me tell you, it's something that, you only tend to see in the movies. Absolute devastation, houses blown off of their foundations, trees snapped in half, cars thrown lengths of football fields. And I had some chance to talk to some neighbors that say this really caught them off guard. A lot of them were planning to call it a night and get into bed, and then all of a sudden this thing was was here and gone within 30 seconds. So, as we mentioned it over and over again, this is a frightening situation. And, we will continue to learn more details as the sun comes up. I'll have a chance to go back into the neighborhood and check out just how extensive this damage is. But I can tell you from what I saw out there right now, this is something that's going to impact a lot of people's lives for a long time to come, guys. So we'll make sure to keep our eye on it. But for now, reporting out here at the Ocean Ridge Plantation, Tanner Barth, WWAY News.
Okay, thank you, Tanner. And we are just getting this in that Brunswick Electric Cooperative is reporting more than 7,000 power outages in the area. So we just want to let you all know that it is a very dangerous situation. That situation is unfolding as we speak. So people in Brunswick County, our hearts and thoughts go out to you today, but it is very dangerous, people, if you are in that area. No school today in Brunswick County, obviously, for those power outages.
You're watching Good Morning Carolina.
Extensive damage this morning in Brunswick County after a deadly tornado rips through an Ocean Ridge plantation overnight near Sunset Beach. Today on Good Morning Carolina, a live report on what happened and what people are waking up to this morning.
We'll look at one local correctional facility and what they're doing to keep COVID-19 from spreading among inmates and staff.
And one of the fastest growing towns in the country is in our area. See what Leland is doing to plan for smart growth in the future.
A very busy Tuesday morning to you. Good morning, Carolina. I'm Donna Gregory.
And I'm Jeff Rivenbark. We're so glad you're starting your Tuesday with us. We had a tornado overnight in Brunswick County. Once again, we want to remind you, if you need help this morning, the emergency hotline number established by the emergency services in Brunswick County is 910-253-5383, 5383.
And Jeff, also schools are closed throughout Brunswick County due to extensive power outages. We're going to cover all of this in just a few minutes, but let's get a check of the current weather with meteorologist Ramel Carpenter. Hi, Ramel.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, just a very devastating scene that took shape overnight last night into early this morning. And this is a 6-hour loop of the radar of what happened last night. You notice those shades of dark red that moved across southwestern Brunswick County. That is, of course, where that tornado moved through late last night. And right now we are seeing some trailing showers track across the far western portions of Bladen and Columbus counties. This is not severe. This is light to moderate showers that are sweeping across the area. And as we get towards mid-morning, most places are going to be dry and we'll eventually see some sunshine out there. Right now, though, this is the scene from Carolina Beach, our Skyview Camera Network. Temperatures sitting in the middle 60s. It's pretty mild out there across the Cape Fear, one of the warmest spots in the lower 48, but we're going to be dealing with gusty winds out of the southwest, 15 miles per hour now, but gusts as high as 30 miles per hour are in our future this afternoon. More details on that coming up in just a few short minutes, guys.
We will check in with you then. Ramel, thank you. Hundreds of people are waking up this morning to devastating damage caused by an overnight tornado in Brunswick County. Schools there are closed throughout the county due to extensive power outages.
It is our top story this morning this 6. Sadly, we're learning the storm was deadly. The Brunswick County Sheriff's Office updated us a short time ago with the latest. Joining us now is WWA's Tanner Barth, who has been at one community near Sunset Beach all morning where there's lots of damage. Tanner, where exactly are you and what have you learned about the damage so far?
Well, Jeff, I'm here at the Ocean Ridge Plantation that's just north of that Sunset Beach and Ocean Isle Beach area. And what I can tell you is, I was here earlier this evening, got here around 12:50 or so, and I had a chance to walk around this neighborhood, and you guys have mentioned it, pure devastation. Houses completely taken off of their foundation, trees snapped in half, cars are thrown for nearly a half a mile in some situations. It's going to be a long road to recovery here, and we will make sure we keep you updated along the way. Brunswick Electric did say they had 7,000 people without power right now. At one time, that number was as high as 35,000, so they're working to get that back as soon as possible, and we hope here over the next half hour to an hour, once the sun rises, we can get back in here to the Ocean Ridge Plantation and check out some of the damage and give people an update on just exactly what is happening here. But one thing I do know, our prayers go out to the people here in Sunset Beach and Ocean Isle Beach here this evening. But for now, reporting from Ocean Isle Beach, Tanner Barth, WWAY News. Jeff and Randy.
All right, Tanner, thank you so much. And we join you with our thoughts and best wishes for the people who are waking up to this devastation in Brunswick County. That is Ocean Ridge Plantation, and the electric company is telling people and emergency responders stay away from the area because it is still a very active scene. They are still worried about a lot of those power lines that are still down and may still be active.
And we will continue to give you more live updates later this morning.
You're watching Good Morning Carolina.
Multiple houses gone, nothing but foundation. I need help. Yeah, we got numerous people confirming we got people trapped in structures that have collapsed.
A tornado roars through Brunswick County overnight, killing 3 people and injuring 10 more. Today on Good Morning Carolina, a live report on the aftermath of the deadly twister.
Wilmington police try to figure out what caused this to happen yesterday morning at the base of the Wrightsville Beach drawbridge.
And former Wilmington resident and basketball legend, that guy Michael Jordan, giving Novant Health several $1 million. Find out how it will be used. It's a very busy Tuesday morning. Good Morning Carolina. I'm Donna Gregory.
And I'm Jeff Rivenbark. So glad you're starting your Tuesday morning with us. Lots of news to get to in this half hour. A crazy night overnight. Let's go ahead and send it over to Ramel to see how the forecast will be today.
Yeah, crazy night indeed. Nocturnal tornadoes are just the worst type of tornadoes that we could see setting out across the Cape Fear. And certainly our thoughts are with people in southwestern Brunswick County. And luckily for us, the severe weather threat is now long gone. And we are dealing with some trailing showers associated with that system tracking across Bladen and Columbus counties. This is just light to moderate rainfall. Moving across places like Elizabethtown and the Whiteville area. This is pushing off to the east, and by the time we get towards mid-morning, we'll be in the clear, and we'll start to see those skies clear out as well. But we're still holding on to clouds on our Skyview Camera network. This here is Carolina Beach checking in on this Tuesday morning. We're waking up in the middle 60s, winds out of the west, 13 miles per hour, and that's going to be a big talking point today. We're going to be dealing with gusty winds for a good clip of the day. But just about everyone sitting in the upper 50s to the low to middle 60s this morning. Very mild and a touch muggy out there as well, and temperatures are actually going to decrease later this afternoon. More details on what to expect for the rest of the work week coming up in just a few short minutes, guys.
Thank you, Ramel. We want to remind folks, due to the extensive damage and power outages across Brunswick County, there will be no school today. All public schools will be closed to students and staff. There will be no instruction today. The school district will release information about tomorrow later on today.
Meanwhile, today, first responders in Brunswick County are working at this hour to assess all the damage from a deadly tornado that touched down in Brunswick County last night.
It is our top story at 6:30 this morning. We know a private community called the Ocean Ridge Plantation near Sunset Beach sustained lots of damage last night. WWA's Tanner Barth has been out there all morning surveying the damage. Tanner, what exactly, where are you, and what are you seeing now?
Well, you guys mentioned I'm out here at the Ocean Ridge Plantation, and I was actually about an hour ago now asked to leave the neighborhood by first responders. But earlier this morning, I had a chance just after, midnight to go and walk throughout the neighborhood. Some of these pictures absolutely devastating. You see homes completely torn off of their foundations, cars tossed, trees snapped in half, and as we talked about, we now know that 3 people are dead and at least 10 are injured throughout this storm that ripped through Brunswick County. And the sun, as you can see, starting to come up here behind me, so we'll get to see the full extent of this damage. But what I can tell you was truly devastating what I saw here earlier this morning, and we will continue to keep an eye on this throughout the day and in the coming days, as it's going to be a long road to recovery for this community here in Brunswick County. But for now, live in Ocean Isle Beach, Tanner Barth, WWAY News. Donna and Jeff.
We are learning more about that deadly tornado in Brunswick County. 3 dead and at least 10 others injured.
We know there's lots of property damage in the Sunset Beach area, including lots of power outages this morning. We're going to go back to meteorologist Matthew Huddleston for another update. Matthew, now that the sun has come up, have you learned anything more?
Behind me, as you can see, the traffic right now, the traffic lights are still out due to extensive power outages in the area. A lot of police presence and EMS as well, as they've been here all morning long. And the first signs of light now starting to peek over the horizon, so the start of the day here in Brunswick County. And as the sun comes up, likely getting a better extent of the damage here in southeastern North Carolina. So they're still going to continue to see exactly what the damage is like further down the road. So we'll see exactly what that damage looks like later on this morning into the afternoon hours to see exactly how strong that tornado was last night. But again, a lot of damage across this part of Brunswick County. But as I said, a lot of police presence as well across this part of the Cape Fear. So if you have any plans down here, you might want to avoid it for the next few hours, as a lot of activity still going on in this area. Live from Brunswick County, Matthew Huddleston, WWAY News.
Okay, meteorologist Matthew Huddleston, thank you for that. And just a quick reminder, schools in Brunswick County closed throughout the county due to extensive power outages.
Thank you so much for starting your morning with us.
Ramel and I are back for your news at noon.
Make it a great Tuesday, everybody.